Assalamu alaikum, good day everyone. So today, or in this playlist, I will be talking about the pharmaceutical analysis, specifically about the calculations. So let's start. So yung gram equivalent weight, we have gram equivalent weight and milli equivalent weight in this module. And other tawag dito formulas, but I will gonna talk about the gram equivalent weight and the mech weight in this video. So the gram equivalent weight is equal to the molecular weight, then divided by something. So anong something na? These are the factors or the factor. So ang factor, meron siyang apat na possibilities, which is number of replaceable hydrogen acidic compounds, or number of replaceable OH group in basic compounds, total positive valence in neutral salts, or tawag dito electrons gained or lost in redox. So ang factor na yan, parang mahirap siya, pero paano natin gawin basic or madali lang? Ang gawin natin, i-identify natin yung tawag dito, yung compound, kung ano ba siya. Siya ba ay acid, siya ba ay base, siya ba ay salt or neutral salt, or siya ay involved in redox reaction. So, ganun lang guys. At maging maliwanag yan pag maggawa tayo ng, mag-answer tayo ng mga problem. Ang milli equivalent weight naman is the same as this, but divided by 1,000. So, in order to tawag dito, to understand this, let's have some examples. So, let's start with this in ACl or sodium chloride. So sodium chloride, kailangan natin, ang first step gawin natin is identify natin ito. Ito ba ay acid, ito ba ay base, ito ay salt, or ito ay involved in redox reaction. Actually, ang redox reaction din natin i-discuss this video. Later na lang siya in other videos. So, as we see here, kung maalala nyo, ang salt formers are the tawag dito, are the halogens, which is the chloride is one of them. Then ang ano salts usually come from the tawag dito from the group 1 and group 2 from the periodic table, which is group 1 hydrogen, lithium, sodium and so on. Pati yung number 2 rin. Sometimes yung aluminum is also involved. So that's all guys about the tawag dito salts. So ito ay salt. So in order to find this equivalent, gram equivalent weight, ang gagawin natin is like this. Isulat mo natin ang formula. So gram equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight. So in order to find the molecular weight of the sodium chloride, kunin mo natin ang molecular weight ng sodium. But before that, i-count natin kung ilan dito ang mga atoms. So meron tayong 1 atom lang. Kaya isulat natin 1 parenthesis. Then times the molecular weight of sodium, which is 23, approximately 23. Then plus, i-add natin ang chloride. So ang chloride dito is 1 atom lang. Then ang ano niya, molecular weight is 35 or approximately 35. Then tawag dito, number of replaceable or number of positive valence in the neutral salts. Ilan ba ang valence ng sodium? So in order to find that or to know that, let's see here. Sa periodic table, meron tayong 1A, 2A, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B, 7B, and so on. So kailangan natin i-memorize ito for each group. So for group 1, yung valence nila lahat is 1 kasi 1A. Ang group 2 naman is 2 kasi 2A. Sa group 13 naman is 3 kasi 3A for aluminum ito. And so on, ganun lang guys. Parang madali lang siya. Kaya kailangan lang natin i-memorize yung mga groups. So let's go back. So for sodium, as we said, as we seen earlier, it is 1 yung ano nga, valence. So let's proceed with the calculations. So 35 times 1 is 35 plus 23 times 1, which will be equal to 23. So 23 plus 35 will be equal to 58. Then divided by 1 will be equal to 58. So that's the gram equivalent weight guys. It's very simple for sodium chloride. Moving to the milli equivalent weight, ang gagawin lang natin, i-divide natin siya by 1,000. So in division, alam natin dito ang decimal point. So i-count natin ilan yung number ng zeros. So tatlo ang zeros dito. Ang gawin natin, i-move natin siya ng 3 digits. So 1, 2, tapos dito meron na yan 0, 3. So ang lalabas number is equal to 0.050 or 58. And that's the milli equivalent weight guys. So that's our milli equivalent weight, and here is our gram equivalent weight for sodium chloride. So moving to the potassium hydroxide, it is very simple guys. Ang gagawin natin dito is very simple. Kasi parang parehas lang. Pero ang first step is to identify kung ano ito. Ito by base, acid, or salt. So as we see here, there is an OH group which indicates that this is a base. So let's proceed to the base. So ang gawin natin muna is take the molecular weight which is for the potassium. So isulat natin muna 1 kasi 1 atom lang yung ano dito, yung potassium, times its molecular weight. So the potassium's molecular weight is 39. Then plus the O, the oxygen, which is tawag dito approximately 16. Tapos 1 atom lang siya, kaya 1 times 16. Then plus yung H. Yung H is 1 ano lang, 1 atom, pati yung ano nga, molecular weight nga is 1. Then divided by the tawag dito, the number of replaceable hydroxide or hydroxide group or OH group. Yung dito lang is 1. Kaya 1 lang. Then let's proceed. So 1 times 1 will be equal to 1. Then 16 times 1 is 16. Then 39 plus times 1 is 39. So 39 plus 16 will be equal to how much, guys? To 55. Then plus 1 will be equal to 56. So that's our gram equivalent weight, guys. Divided by 1, 56. So that's our gram equivalent weight. In order to find the milli equivalent weight, divide natin siya by 1,000. By 1,000. So, tawag dito, yung 1,000 na yan, tatlo ang zero niya. So, mag-move ang decimal ng 3 digits. So, ang milli equivalent weight natin, milli equivalent weight will be equal to, tawag dito, will be equal to 0.056. So that's our milli equivalent weight for potassium hydroxide. Moving to HCl. So ang HCl, i-identify muna natin. Ito ay acid kasi meron siyang H or hydrogen ion. So let's find the molecular weight muna. So molecular weight, 1 atom ng hydrogen, then times the molecular weight which is 1, then plus yung chloride naman. Chloride, 1 atom lang siya, kaya 1 times, tingnan natin ang chloride. How much the chloride? It's 35. So 35. Then ang replaceable, sabi nga, yung factor is, sabi nga, replaceable hydrogen ions in acidic compounds. So, ang isa lang dito, ang hydrogen, kaya 1. So, yun lang. Let's proceed. 1 times 1 is equals to 1. Then 1 times 35 is 35. So, 35 plus 1 is 36. So, that's our gram equivalent weight. So, for our milli equivalent weight, it will be equal to this, 36 divided by 1,000. Which will be equal to 0.036. And that's the answer for hydrochloric acid. So moving to the practice questions, find the gram equivalent weight of the following. Then find the milli equivalent weight. So ang first compound here is magnesium hydroxide. So i-identify natin muna. Ano ba yan? Ito ba base? Ito ba salt? Ito ba acid? So as we see here, it is a base kasi OH. So let's proceed with the formula, which is gram equivalent weight will be equal to the molecular weight over the tawag dito, the factor. So yung ano natin, molecular weight for magnesium, tingnan natin muna ilan tawag dito. Ilan ang mga atoms. So there are 2 atoms. Then the molecular weight of magnesium, let's go back to our table here. Magnesium is 24, approximately 24. So times 24, then plus yung O pati H. Each one has 2 atoms. So 2, tapos yung tawag dito, yung molecular weight ng oxygen is 16, then plus, ilan atoms yung H is 2. Tapos, ilan tawag dito? Ilan tawag dito? Yung ano nga, molecular weight nga is 1. Then, yung ano tawag dito, yung factor is equal to the tawag dito, the OH groups. Ilan ang OH groups? So, dalawang OH group natin dyan. Kaya, 2 yung factor natin. In contrast to the previous one. So, ang gawin natin is calculations. So, 24 plus 32. 24 plus 32 plus 2 is equal to 58. Over 2 will be equal to 29. So, ito na ang gram equivalent weight. For the milli equivalent weight naman, it will be how much, guys? 29 over 1000, which will be equal to 0.029. So, moving to sodium sulfate, gawin natin, kunin natin molecular weight. So, sodium is only 2 atoms times 23, which is the molecular weight, then time or plus the S or sulfur, which is only 1 atom, times tawag dito, the sulfur is 32, yung molecular weight nga, plus the O or oxygen, which is 4 atoms here, times how much, guys? Times 16, which is the molecular weight. Then let's move to the tawag dito, the factor. So ano ba ang compound na yan? Ito ba ay base, acid, or salt? So ito ay salt. So kunin natin ang positive valence. So alam natin yung valence ng sodium is 1. Pero ilan ang sodium dito is 2. Kaya 1 times 2 ang valence nga, which will be equal to 2. So let's move with the calculations. So 23, 2 times 23 will be equal to 46. Tapos 1, 32. 1 times 32, 32. Then 4 times tawag dito 16 would be equal to 46 or 64. So 46 plus 32 plus 64 will be equal to how much, guys? So itong dalawa will be equal to 110. So 110 plus 132 or plus 32 will be equal to 142. Yung dito naman sa baba is ano tawag dito, 1 times 2 is equal to 2. Then naman dito is 2. So 142 divided by 2 will be equal to 271. So that's the tawag dito, the gram equivalent weight for this compound. The milli equivalent weight naman will be equal to tawag dito 72 or 71 divided by 1000 will be equal to 0.071. So that's the answer for sodium sulfate. So moving to H2SO4. H2SO4, let's take first the tawag dito, the molecular weight. So dalawang atoms ng hydrogen. Tapos yung hydrogen's molecular weight is 1 plus yung S, which is the sulfur, which is only 1 atom, times the molecular weight, which is 32. Tapos plus yung oxygen, which is 4 atoms here, times 16, which is the molecular weight. So, divided by the factor. So, yung factor, paano natin malaman yung factor? So, H2SO4. H2SO4 is an acid. So, let's take the number of hydrogen ions, which is 2. As we see here, it is 2. So, 2. So, let's calculate. 2 times 1 will be equal to 2. Tapos, 1 times 32 will be equal to 32. Tapos, yung 4 times 16 will be equal to 64. So 2 times 32 will be equal to 34 plus 64 will be equal to 98 divided by 2. So 98 divided by 2 will be equal to how much, guys? Kaya nyo yan, guys? Will be equal to 49. So that's our gram equivalent weight. For the milli equivalent weight naman, milli equivalent weight, it will be 49 divided by 1000 will be equal to 0.049. Moving to the next, yes, calcium chloride. So calcium chloride, let's find the molecular weight. So calcium is only 1. Then it's tawag dito molecular weight. Calcium is 40. This is 40. Then plus yung chloride is 2 atoms. Then chloride yung ano nga, molecular weight niya is equal to how much, guys? Is equal to 35. So 35. Then yung factor, what is our compound? It is a salt. So yung ano natin, yung valence natin. So for calcium, the valence is tawag dito 2. As we see here, where's the calcium? 2 ang valence niya. So let's go back here. So let's put 2. So 1 times 40 will be equal to 40, then plus 35 times 2 will be equal to 70 divided by 2. So 110 divided by 2 will be equal to 55. So sa milli equivalent weight will be equal to 55 divided by 1000, which will be equal to 0.055 or 55. So guys, hindi ko na sila answer lahat, pero ang answer ko last, which is the CH3COOH, which is acetic acid. So ito ay acid, guys. Hindi ito base. So ang gagawin natin, kunin natin ang molecular weight. So yung carbon, it is 1 atom times its molecular weight, which is 14 doon sa periodic table, then plus yung hydrogen, which is 3 ions dito, or 3 tawag dito, 3 atoms times its molecular weight, which is 1, plus carbon na naman, which is 1. Tapos yung carbon na yan is 14 yung molecular weight niya. Then plus the O, oxygen, which is 1 here. Tapos 16 yung ano niya. Tapos oxygen na naman, which is 1, times na naman ng 16. Then H naman, plus yung H, which is 1, plus or times 1. Then yung factor natin is very simple, guys. Yung factor natin, ilan ba ang factor? It is 1 lang. 1 lang. Kasi yung hydrogen ion natin is this. Hindi ito yung hydrogen ion ng CH3 na yan, or yung H3 na yan, hindi yung hydrogen ion. It is only the H here. So in order to calculate, 1 times 14 will be equal to 14, then plus 3 times 1 equals to 3, tapos plus yung 14 na naman, tapos plus 16, plus 16, plus ano na naman, 1, tapos divided by 1. So in order to calculate, i-calculate natin 14 plus 3 plus 14 plus 16 plus 16 plus 1 will be equal to 64. Then divided by 1 is 64. So that's the gram equivalent weight. Then the milli equivalent weight will be equal to 64 divided by 1000 divided by 1000, which will be equal to 0.064. And that concludes our module for gram equivalent weight and milli equivalent weight. Thank you for watching, guys.